Welcome to LuxuryX. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that can be a game changer for your journey to success: how to leverage your biggest flaws for success. Most people spend their lives trying to hide their flaws, to mask their imperfections. But those very flaws, those perceived weaknesses, hold the key to unlocking your greatest potential. We're going to break down the steps to not just accept your imperfections, but to embrace them, leverage them, and use them to propel you forward. Let's get started. Let's get real for a moment. No one is perfect. Not you, not me, not a single soul on this planet. We all have flaws, imperfections, those little quirks that make us human. And that's okay. In fact, it's essential. Trying to be perfect is a recipe for misery. It's an impossible standard to live up to, and it keeps you locked in a constant state of fear and self-doubt. But when you embrace your imperfections, something magical happens. You free yourself from the shackles of perfectionism and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in, builds trust, and creates genuine connections. When you're willing to be vulnerable, to let people see the real you, flaws and all, you create a level of trust and relatability that's impossible to fake. People can sense authenticity a mile away, and it's one of the most powerful tools you can possess in your personal and professional life. Don't be afraid to show your flaws. Embrace them, own them, let them be a part of what makes you unique, because it's in those imperfections that your true beauty lies. The world is waiting for you. Now let's talk about mistakes. We all make them, right? It's part of being human. But here's the thing. Mistakes are not failures. They're not something to be ashamed of or to run from. In fact, they're the greatest learning opportunities life has to offer. Think of your flaws, your mistakes, as data points. They're valuable pieces of information that tell you what works, what doesn't, and where you need to adjust your approach. Each mistake, each setback, is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, see them as stepping stones on your path to success. Embrace the learning process, analyze what went wrong, extract the lessons, and use that knowledge to make better decisions in the future. Every successful person you admire, every icon in their field, they've all made countless mistakes along the way. The difference is, they didn't let those mistakes define them. They used them as fuel to propel themselves forward. So, the next time you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, get curious. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Embrace the power of mistakes. Now let's talk about resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. It's how you navigate those challenges that defines you. And that's where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to rise above challenges, to keep going even when the going gets tough. And it's not something you're born with, it's a muscle you develop through facing and overcoming obstacles. Every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you navigate, it strengthens your resilience muscle. It teaches you that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Your flaws, your challenges, they're not there to break you. They're there to make you stronger, to build your resilience, to shape you into the best version of yourself. Lean into it, learn from it, and let it transform you into the resilient, unstoppable force you were born to be. Chapter 4: Seek feedback. Alright, let's talk about feedback. Now, I know for some of you, just hearing that word can make you want to run for the hills, but trust me on this one, feedback is your best friend. It's the key to unlocking your blind spots, to understanding how others perceive you, and to identifying areas where you can grow. We all have blind spots, those areas where we can't see our own flaws or limitations, and that's where feedback comes in. It provides valuable perspectives from others, helping you to see yourself more clearly, and to identify areas where you can improve. Be proactive in seeking feedback. Don't wait for it to come to you. Reach out to trusted friends, mentors, colleagues, even family members, and ask for their honest opinions. And when you do receive feedback, listen with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Remember, feedback is not a personal attack. It's an opportunity for growth. So be brave, be open, and be willing to hear what others have to say. Chapter 5: Focus on improvement. Now let's talk about turning those flaws into areas for growth. Because here's the thing, your flaws are not permanent. They're not etched in stone. They're simply areas where you have the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become even more extraordinary. So how do you do that? It starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing your flaws as limitations, see them as opportunities for improvement. Embrace the growth mindset, the belief that you can continuously learn, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. Identify specific areas where you want to improve, set clear goals, and create a plan to achieve them. Break down those goals into smaller, more manageable steps and celebrate your progress along the way. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. Transformation takes time, effort, and consistency. So embrace your flaws, not as limitations but as springboards for growth. Focus on your potential, not your perceived shortcomings. Chapter 6. Utilize your flaws creatively. Now let's talk about getting creative with your flaws. Sometimes your greatest weaknesses can be your greatest strengths in disguise. It's all about perspective and finding innovative ways to leverage what makes you unique. Some of the most successful people in the world have achieved greatness by turning their perceived flaws into their unique advantage. They didn't try to fit in, they embraced what made them different and used it to their advantage. Start by challenging conventional thinking. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, to experiment, and to find unconventional solutions. Your flaws might just be the key to unlocking a level of creativity and innovation you never thought possible. Embrace your individuality, leverage your unique strengths, and don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd. Chapter 7. Now let's talk about the power of vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to let down your guard and to show the world your authentic self, flaws and all. When you're willing to be vulnerable, you create a level of connection that's impossible to replicate. You open yourself up to deeper, more meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. Vulnerability creates a bridge of understanding, a sense of shared humanity that connects us on a deeper level. Your willingness to be open and authentic will inspire others, create deeper connections, and ultimately, make you a more powerful and influential leader. Chapter 8. Now let's talk about the importance of building a support network. You don't have to do this alone. Surround yourself with people who complement your strengths, who support your growth, and who help you to shine even brighter. Even the most successful people in the world have a team of people supporting them, guiding them, and helping them to achieve their goals. No one achieves greatness in isolation. Start by identifying the areas where you need support. Are there certain skills you're lacking? Are there areas where you need guidance or mentorship? Once you've identified your needs, start reaching out to people who can fill those gaps. Look for people who possess the strengths you lack, who have experience in areas where you're still learning, and who are committed to your growth and success. Building a strong support network is a two-way street. Be willing to offer your own support, guidance, and expertise in return. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who support you on your journey to success. Chapter 9. Now let's talk about using your flaws as a differentiator. In a world that often celebrates conformity, your flaws, your quirks, your unique perspective, they can be your greatest asset. What makes you stand out from the crowd? What are the qualities that make you, you? Embrace those qualities, even the ones you might perceive as flaws, and use them to your advantage. Being different is a good thing. It's what makes you memorable, helps you to connect with your audience on a deeper level, and sets you apart from the competition. Identify what makes you unique. What are your passions? What are your values? What are the experiences that have shaped you into the person you are today? Let your personality shine through in your work, in your interactions with others, and in everything you do. Embrace your flaws, celebrate your individuality, and use them to create a personal brand that is uniquely you. Chapter 10. Now let's talk about the importance of cultivating a growth mindset. Your mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you view the world. It shapes your beliefs about yourself and your potential, and it ultimately determines your level of success. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities are not fixed, but rather, they can be developed through dedication, hard work, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. It's the understanding that challenges are not obstacles, but rather opportunities for growth and expansion. When you embrace a growth mindset, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You no longer see your flaws as limitations, but rather as areas for growth and development. You approach challenges with a sense of excitement and determination, knowing that you have the power to overcome them and emerge even stronger. Pay attention to your self-talk. Are you constantly putting yourself down? Are you focusing on your weaknesses rather than your strengths? Replace limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who believe in your potential and who encourage you to grow. Choose to embrace a growth mindset, to believe in your ability to learn and evolve, and to approach challenges as opportunities for growth. Outro, there you have it, the roadmap to leveraging your biggest flaws for success. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being your best self, embracing your journey, and using every experience, every challenge, every perceived flaw as fuel to propel you forward. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to LuxuryX for more content like this. We're here to support you on your journey to success, every step of the way. Remember, your flaws are not your limitations. Use them to fuel your journey to success. Stay tuned for more tips and strategies from LuxuryX.